That's quite good. I like that. I found that on an album called The Old Grey Whistle Test. It's a double CD which has been released, I think it was last week. That's a song called, what is it called? Free Ride by the Edgar Winter Group. The rest of it's okay, but there's a lot of old chestnuts there. I don't know. I think I've heard enough of Joe Walsh's Life's Been Good to do me a lifetime. Good morning. Unusual to have you here with me today, Mr.
Yes,
thank you. It's really good. And it's just one of those days. You're going off for a little break for 3 weeks.
Yes.
So I thought it prudent to be here to say goodbye.
That's very
Because I wouldn't like you to go and feel as if you're unwanted. And I hope you have a lovely break, because by thunder, you deserve it.
I do.
You do indeed. You work so hard. Nobody knows how hard you work.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, I don't either, because I don't see you, because you're never here. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme in this fine morning is 08459. It is indeed. But it's fine for me, because I need little rain. 08459 555 678. Email address is gerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. And the text messaging service for those of you who perhaps have not gone the way it should have gone in your life, you know. It's
I'm plumb puckered out this morning.
Are you plumb tuckered out? You're tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably because you got too excited with the work.
Grass and hedges.
Cutting grass and hedges.
Oh, my goodness.
If you're not a man to do that kind of thing for you,
Me?
you're the one who does it. You should never ever do that, because you're creating a precedent.
I know.
Don't do it, because you'll be expected to do it all the time. Text messaging service is 81771. Gentleman writes to me and he said, I just spent the last hour on the brink of a laughter-induced hernia after watching Come Dine With Me. I watched that last night. Did you see that?
No, I was... After cutting grass and hedges, I had to go shopping.
It's not like you to do
No, I know!
Things.
I needed some tops.
You needed some tops.
I had to go with my wife.
And pick them? Did you pick the tops?
Aye. And and your mate try them on. Have you ever gone shopping?
I have gone shopping, yes.
But do you go shopping with your lovely wife?
No, I'm an unusual kind of person. I buy things for myself.
Oh, I couldn't.
No, like clothes and stuff.
I couldn't do that.
So everything that you wear has been bought for you by your wife.
And then you're handed 3 and 4 tops. Go and try them on.
You should try going in sometime and maybe looking for something that you like.
Oh, I wouldn't. No, I couldn't.
Why not?
I just couldn't do it.
You just couldn't do it?
I just couldn't do it. I don't know what's nice.
You don't know what's nice? But do you not know what's nice on you when you put it on?
Yeah, when you put something on now, you say, no, I don't like that. Or it fits you. Either so.
Well, this is all great. And I'd love to go down that road and spend a little time with you down there, but I think I want to move on.
Have you ever been in these shops now? These big shops?
I'm in these shops all the time now.
But you have no idea what goes on inside these big shops.
I know what goes on inside big shops.
There's rows. There's 3, maybe 6, up to 6 or more changing rooms.
I know. I've
Did you
been
know
in them.
about that?
Yes.
And there's curtains and you pull them.
Yeah, there are curtains in the changing rooms so people don't see your naked body as they walk past. That's a new innovation.
And then I heard this. There's this
people talking next door.
There was a man changing beside me, and then I heard
they fart and everything.
Do they fit you, Ivan? Yeah.
They stand outside.
The woman, and then she puts her head on through the curtain and pulls the curtain around her as if she was in the shower, and she's looking at Ivan to see if the trousers fit Ivan.
Well, you see, this is normal human behaviour. You haven't seen any of this before. You should go out more often. Last night, Come Dine With Me was on just before Big Brother. I take it you've been covering Big Brother for the benefit of the programme, the way you always feel as if you should watch these things in case the subject comes up in the programme. On Come Dine With Me, most gruesome moment. 1, a naked Neil Ruddock covered in an apron wearing dealer boots. 2, the 1970s decor of Frank Worthington's antique kitchen. Or most likely 3, John Fashionu's gravy, consisting of lukewarm lamb fat and jelly-like gloop. Give me some on my spuds, Fash. That's why Gladiator's got the thump, because he was in charge of the catering. I missed that. Oh, and here's a gentleman with a very cruel observation.
I've something to report to you.
Go ahead.
It'll not make any difference to your programme, but it affects Janet now.
Okay, what's that?
Ken's been in. Ken's moved the furniture. And
what has he moved?
He's moved my table. I'm sitting on top of Janet now, practically. I'm all over Janet.
Well, maybe Ken wants to see that.
No, but it's uncomfortable for Janet. Why did Ken move the furniture?
Because Ken has got an agenda. Ken's agenda.
The table is falling apart.
I'm not quite sure what it is. Is the table in the same place? It looks the same place to me.
No.
He's moved the table.
He's moved the big table.
He's moved the table further away from...
In towards Janet. Hemming her into the corner. And putting me in on top of her.
Right. Well, maybe he's trying to make sure that she can't escape.
What's the matter?
What about Emma? What is her
It's
position?
all wrong.
All right.
Emma's on a course.
Watching Colin Murphy go off on a face-pulling, arm-waving, ad-lib comedy riff on the blame game is like putting a saxophone into the cold, dead hands of Charlie Parker. What a cruel thing to say. Sean, you're going to have to live with the furniture, okay?
No, could you come in and give Janet and I a hand?
No, I'm not coming in there. I don't like
coming
coming in there. I don't like being in there.
It's too close.
You feel like an ordinary person in there. A gentleman said, Paul said, last week I was on a holiday in Ireland. Well, he said, it's an opportunity to aggravate my mother-in-law, which just has to be taken. My wife and I took a trip in the glorious sunshine northwards along the Antrim coast, and I heard your programme, in particular your list of the different country World Cup players. Unfortunately, having returned back to the rat race, I've been too slow to download a copy from your previous week's downloads. Is there anywhere I can get to listen to this once again? Well, I figure perhaps today, seeing as today is the kick-off of the World Cup, we should give those again.
What time does it start at?
I don't know.
All right.
These are the announced teams.
And then when you're finished, could you take a wee call from Tommy on one?
These are the announced teams for the various countries taking part in the World Cup.
It's no good.
What do you mean it's no good?
You've no idea what we're going through in here.
I'll just turn you off and then I'll have less idea of what you're going through in there. Brazil, the following team. Pinocchio, Libero, Vimto, Memento, Borneo, Tango, Porno, Cheerio, Subutio, Scenario and Portfolio. The subs are Placebo, Polio, Banjo, Brasso, Stereo Left, Stereo Right Wing, Hydrochlorofluoro, Aristotle. Yugoslav, Itch, Annoying Itch, Hard to Reach Itch, Scratch an Itch, Hick, Sick, Spick, Dig a Ditch, Fall in a Ditch, Horseradish, Subs, Moa Pitch, Let's Get Rich. Russian, Who do you call a Balakov? Tiklikov, Chestikov, Nastikov, Slalomski, Downhill Ski, Risky, Swedish Chef, Master Chef, Subs, Robotov, Pastry Chef, Nijinsky, and Takadov. Romania. Chattanooga Choo Choo in goals. Atishu, Bless You, Thank You, Busku, Snooker Coo, Penny Chew, Two Penny Chew, Fourpenny Chew, I'll Get You, You and You's Army. Subs, You, Non-You, Man-You, Stuffy IOU, Lee Kuan Yew. Denmark. Too Many Goalson, Try and Stopson, Crop Defenson, Have a Gosin, Firstson, Secondson, Thirdson, Leg Hurtson, Where's the Ballson? No subs on that. Italy, Bologna in goal, Pot Belly, Beer Belly, Give It Some Welly, Watch Some Telly, Your Arse is Melly, One Too Many, Legs Like Jelly, Have a Benny, Wobby Jelly, Spend a Penny, Subs, Can't Think of Any, Bugger Me. Mexico, in goals, San Francisco, Costa Brava, Hopelez, One and Only, Manual Gearbox, Don Creforme, Argentina, Luz Cannon, Sombrero, Chihuahua Rosé. Subs, Jesus Maria Don Quixote, Burrito, Speedy Gonzalez, Tequila, and, of course, who could forget, Caramba. Dutch squad, Kenning Van Haar, Van Diemensland, Van der Valk, Vanguard, Advantageous, Hertz Van Rentel, Transit Van Doors, Vancouver, Van Sprucken Down, Ivanhoe, Van Morrison, and Van Iller. Germany.
No, you can't read Germany. Germany's the best, but you can't read it.
They've all got the one name.
Yeah.
Well, you know what to say about the World Cup. It's great. So many teams take part and Germany wins. I enjoy the World Cup, but I won't be happy until England is beaten the first time. You can relax then and enjoy it. Northern Ireland team. Goalkeeper, Joe Surrender. Harvey Shamfight. Knox an Inch. Pilkington, Pinkerton, Turkington, Worthington. Robinson, Bamington, Tweedy and Atkinson. MacDonald, McKittrick, McCausland and Dick. Hamilton, Schmamilton, Donaldson and Kirk. And on the bench, not to be used for any condition, O'Lone, McAleese, McTague and O'Kane. Oh, I'm great fun today, aren't I?
What about Tommy?
Where about him? Where is he?
One.
Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning, Johnny. I'm trying not to laugh too much. That was a very funny pitch you done.
Thank you. I can go to the World Cup and I can watch it with a heavy heart. How are you today?
I'm not too bad. Yourself?
I'm all right, thanks.
something just based on the World Cup. It's something I seen yesterday may interest you, or maybe your old friend in Lochbricklin, Gerry, could come up with an answer.
Yes.
It's a record. Yesterday I was along a towpath in a location in the County Down area, and I seen a swan that had 7 cygnets.
7 cygnets?
7 cygnets.
Yes.
I've never seen as many of that in one family in my life.
That seems like overkill, all right, yeah.
It seems to be. I think they were trying to form a World Cup team.
Yeah, there's usually about 2 or 3. There's usually about 2 or 3 cygnets, aren't there?
Yeah, usually that's what I would normally see, but this one had 7.
7. Okay, we'll have to see if that. Maybe perhaps you've seen a record number of cygnets in one area.
So now, if anybody else can, what would they call that? Now I know there's a gaggle of geese. Now, what would they call a family of 7?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to think of something like that. I can't think off the top of my head. I'll have to try and conjure something up. All right, we'll see if that's an unusual thing. Let's see if anybody's ever seen more than that. More than 7 cygnets with the one swan. And where was this again, did you say?
Uri Canal. Now, there's been families taking pictures of it, and they're sitting as happily as anything, just sitting there on the grass bank, and nobody seems to be bothering them. Hopefully it stays that way.
Hopefully, yeah, because, I mean, a lot of these scumbags now would love to just kind of, put an arrow through their neck. But anyway, let's not think it in that direction. All right, then, let's see if anybody can beat that 7 spotted cygnets. All right, then.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. What do you think I should play now? Do you think I should play something that people want? Or do you think I should play something that I like myself?
I think that people would have liked the Uptown Girl.
Would they have liked that?
I think
do you
so.
think they would have?
Liked it.
See, I've lost track of what people like. I don't know because I'm not human anymore. I don't know. Something happened to me. I don't know what it is. Let's play something that I like.
Why are people asking about Rosie Ryan?
I have no idea.
Was Rosie Ryan dead?
Maybe she's passed away during the course of the night.
I don't know.
I hope not. She was in the best of health the last time I saw her. I have no idea why.
Someone else thinks it's about time Ken got the sack.
I think so too. I think he's been here too long. And I think a lot of bitterness has developed in his heart because he sees, us becoming so famous.
Do you not cut the grass?
Never, no.
Do you not? Seriously?
No.
Have you got a lawnmower?
No. No. I don't have any time for that. No, you see, if...
You don't cut the grass?
No,
what about your hedges?
What about my hedges?
Do you trim them?
No. I don't do anything. I sit in the garden and read me books. And I have a man who does that.
You're so lucky.
I know I am, but I have to pay him.
I know that.
But you would never think of that. Having to pay someone to do something. See, the reason I do that is because I'm no good at that kind of thing.
And neither am I. I'm useless at it. But
well, why do you do it? Do you enjoy doing it?
Oh, I hate it.
Well, don't do it then. Why don't you just give a guy a few quid and he'll do it? There are people there who are good at this kind of thing and who will cut your garden like in 10 minutes. How long does it take you to mow your garden or lawn or whatever you have? How long does it take you?
About 40 minutes.
He'll do it in 10. He'll do it in 10 because he knows how to do it. Why should you put yourself through that misery and pain?
Oh, but I don't mind cutting the grass now. I don't mind that.
What do you do with your grass? You put it in the guy next door over the hedge?
No! You put it in black plastic bags and you take it down to the what do you call it? The dump place. The kettle. What do you call it? The
kettle?
The centre. The site. The
sanctuary.
What do you call it? Depot.
Depot. Yeah.
What do you call it?
I don't know.
Where the big bins are and all are.
You're the one who goes to it. I don't go to it. I don't know where it is. The skips are.
Centre.
Is there a place there where you bring grass?
It's great. It's
you
very.
You bring grass.
Oh yes. Oh, there's a skip for grass. And yes, it's. I honestly, I really enjoy it, especially if I can time it to do it on a Saturday morning. It's great.
See, you're opening a whole new world for me.
Early Saturday morning. There's people there. You meet people there, and people there with their bottles and with their wood and with their grass. And
it sounds good to me because
you weren't listening.
No, I wasn't. No.
Again,
you're opening up a new world for me because there's a new world being opened up for you. The realization that there are stores where people buy clothes.
Yeah.
And you go into them and you try clothes on in little changing rooms. And then you go out and then you tell the guy, I'll take that. See, it's a whole new revelation for you. It's a revelation for me that you actually bring your grass down and there's other people there disposing of their own grass.
Oh, I've been doing that for years since the skip sites. That's what this is. Skip sites. Since they opened, I've been a great user of them.
That's good grass talk.
And I would encourage people to use their skip sites. Stop dumping out in the street. And
all right, then
we'll try
and
keep
put a stop to that.
Keep the town tidy.
Yes, indeed. Here's the news. See me doing the hand jive there? See me doing the hand jive?
I saw that, and you were very good at it too as well. Janet was impressed.
Very few of us left. I've often say I've often said if the hand jive disappears, it's the end of civilization as we know it.
Yeah.
'Cause civilization is one of the few things you can do on your own that is not criminal. That was Willie Harris, by the way.
Willie Harris?
That's his name.
Oh,
What's his name?
Willie Nelson.
You see, I was way back
Willie
there in
Harris.
the 60s. That was Willie Harris, and that's a song called Hesitation Blues.
Tell me something, would you?
Willie
please?
Nelson, sure.
No, would
And
you
also-
tell me something?
Let me finish the dedication. It's very important. It's Willie Nelson and a band called Asleep at the Wheel, and the album is called Willie Nelson and Asleep at the Wheel, and that track was called Hesitation Blues. Before that was two tracks back to back called Things We Said Today, two Beatles tracks, and I'll Be Back Again from an album called Beatlegrass 2, Beatlegras 2, by a group called Beatlegrass. You see, you have to do all that stuff.
All right.
Because it's very important. You know yourself, you've been a man who's on the radio, you have your own programme in the afternoon. You know what it's like if you're listening to the radio and you hear a song and you want to know what it is, you wait for it to be over, then you wait for the guy, the DJ, the presenter, whatever you wish to call him, you want to hear the details.
Exactly.
You see, and then when you're stopped doing it or interrupted by someone like you get angry. Angry. So
You're
people
right.
were waiting to hear.
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
finished now. I'm free now.
Yeah. I want to ask you this.
Uh-huh.
When I was on my honeymoon in the Isle of Man,
Yes.
right? I was over with a friend who'd be a couple of years
Hold
older.
on a minute. You were on a honeymoon with your friend?
No.
Did you not call her your wife?
No, sorry. Let me get this right. We went over to Isle of Man, my wife and I.
And you brought a friend with
No,
you?
we had friends who were living in the Isle of Man. And we went over to Isle of Man and we met up with them.
Oh, I know him, Douglas.
Right?
Yes.
And we were walking along the
People in the
front.
Northwest say Douglas.
Right.
Do you say Douglas or Douglas?
We went to the Isle of Man. Went to
Douglas?
what's
Do you
the
say
capital?
Douglas or Douglas?
If I was to say Kirk Douglas, I would say Kirk
No,
Douglas.
but people say Kirk Douglas. But up here, whenever they say they're going to the Isle of Man, they say they've gone to Douglas.
I don't think I'd be a Douglas.
No, I'm just asking. I don't mean anything
Douglas.
by that.
I don't know. I don't think I'm a Douglas.
I think you're maybe a Douglas.
I'm not a Douglas. I'm not a Douglas.
You're not a Douglas nor a Douglas.
No,
Well,
I'm
what
not
are
a
you?
Douglas or a Douglas. I'm somewhere in between.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what I say.
You're a-
What do you say, Janet?
What's right?
Oh, what do you say?
Douglas?
Douglas.
Janet says Douglas.
Well, that's okay. We won't hold that against her. How close are you to her?
Well, she's leaning
Janet,
away
she's
from
still
me.
sitting-
Janet's
she's still
scooching
sitting-
away. Janet's on her elbow.
No wonder.
You know when the girl's up on her elbow away from you? Yeah.
Janet, is he still sitting on
No,
you?
she's afraid of me. I'm too close to Janet. I wish Ken would move this furniture back.
There's Ken at the window. He's got a telescope. He said, closer, closer. Anyway, never mind that. What are you
Anyway.
talking about? What do you want?
Well,
What
we
is
were
it
in the
you
Isle
want?
we were in the Isle of Man.
Yes.
And we were walking along the front, wherever you
Promenade.
Aye.
Yeah, the shore.
And this friend of mine, he became very excited. He says, look, there's wee Willie Harris in his muller.
Right.
Right? And he says, look, he's still wearing the wee red socks.
Wee Willie Harris, I have to add, was a...
That's what I want to ask you. I pretended to get excited. I said, is that Willie Harris? That wee Willie Harris? But I didn't know who wee Willie Harris was.
Wee Willie Harris
I
was-
pretended. What was he?
Wee Willie Harris was an antediluvian singer that existed and plied his trade somewhere towards the late 50s.
Was he like Little Richard?
No.
Wee Willie, you say. Wee Willie
Well, he was
Harris.
kind of like that, but he was like that clutch of singers who all came out together. Your Billy Furies, your Adam Faiths, your Jimmy Justice, all those people, they all had Duffy Power, people like that. They were all manufactured little, pop singers.
What did he sing? Had he a hit?
He had some kind of hit, but I can't remember what it was. It was a brief hit that just flared briefly and went away.
And was his trademark Red Sox?
Red Sox, and he had a big bushy hair. He was kind of like, if you remember, he always reminded me of Charlie Drake, if you remember who he was.
Yeah.
But you probably don't, because that's before your time.
I do.
That's okay.
Sure, we heard Jimmy Ellis told us the greatest story about Charlie Drake.
Which we can't tell.
I know.
Which we can't tell. Would it be great if we could do that?
It's a great story.
Please say thank you to Sturdy, Decky, Brian, and all who came to see us. Us being a band called Cashier Number 9 at a bar club called Sandino's last night. The place went mental. The place went mental for us. Brilliant night. We'll be back in September. Thank you. There we go.
Martin.
Yes, what about him?
One.
Good morning, Martin.
Good morning, Gerry.
How are you today?
I'm fine. And that place where Sean brings his grass is called the amenity site, but yours is called whatever foil where you throw in your Christmas tree. But that's neither here nor there. You were talking about Big Brother. Now, I want to tell you something.
Yes.
Sean is not the only person with one big eyebrow. There's 2 people in Big Brother with one big eyebrow.
Really? I haven't seen it all that much, to be honest with you.
But it's only been on 2 nights. One of them's called Kiva and the other one's called Nathan. And they have that. And I think that's what's wrong with Sean's eye, because it must be like wearing a baseball hat all your life.
It would be akin to that, yes.
So
I must keep an eye out for that. I haven't seen Big Brother yet this year. To be honest with
there's
you.
2 people on there. I told Emma yesterday, but she wouldn't tell him, in case you hurt his feelings. But I'm not worried.
Oh!
That's your job.
Emma doesn't want to hurt your feelings. Her training isn't working.
No, that's correct. That's why she's waiting for Nordes.
That's what it is. She needs to be told how to
a confession. It's not a confession. That's a bit of advice I need from my senior social worker.
Yes.
My partner went away on Sunday on a boat trip.
Yes.
Right? And it was one of them ones where they were sort of held hostage. They weren't allowed off the boat.
Why weren't you allowed off the boat?
Because there was entertainment on it, and if you had to get off, you made to get back on.
I've been on boats like that.
Right, and the entertainment was Susan McCann and Big T. And she paid £20 for a privilege.
Where did the boat go, if I may ask?
Over to Scotland. Sat there. Susan had to sit down because she was seasick. Now, she's now in bed here now, still traumatised. But I want to tell you something you were talking about, a scrapbook of one of them that wee man or something you were talking about.
What was that now?
The other week.
What was that now, I wonder? I'm trying to cast my mind
No,
back.
it's a thing about it. He was in a band and he done the tumbling and somersaults and all.
Oh, yes, wee Mick.
Obviously, he has photographs and has all on a scrapbook.
Yes, yes.
But would you give her a wee bit of counsel about going on these cruises again? Because she's lying here in bed and she's distraught. I'm going to have a real counsellor. Gerry, will you talk to her?
No.
Oh, here, talk to her. Here's what she is, Liz.
Hello?
Gerry, don't listen to him.
I'm not listening to him. No, don't worry.
It was a brilliant day out. Susan McCann playing music the whole way to Scotland, and a wee group, and Big T was doing the camper, and a beautiful boat, and went over to Scotland, the car ferry, and there's a whole lot of them coming up. There's an Elvis one, and a 60s one, and an ABBA one. You just go for the day to Scotland, and the boat, and it's entertainment the whole way there and the whole way back.
What time do you leave at? Just
half past 1, the boat sails out, and it goes over to Scotland. It's the the car ferry.
Oh yeah, I see that. And then you come back the same day.
You come back that night at 8:30, but it was entertainment the whole way there and the whole way back. A brilliant day for 20 quid.
Don't mind him. He's just an old curmudgeon.
Okay, he wouldn't go because he doesn't like country music.
I know, he's right. Okay, you don't mind him. You go and enjoy yourself. Never
I
mind
will.
him.
I wish you would run a couple.
Oh, no, thanks. All right, then.
All right, Gerry. Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Every time I think about being on boats and country and western music in the sea, I get physically sick. Do you not?
No,
Do you enjoy it?
I like that.
You like that?
Yes.
Remember the boats we were on?
I loved every minute of them.
I thought I was going to die.
Loved them.
I was nearly overboard a couple of times.
I'm telling people should cruise more.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
don't.
yes.
Don't.
I'm telling Janet.
Any man who gets on a boat
you're
with
an oddball.
any
You
man who
can't
gets on a
mix.
boat with a country and western singer deserves everything
No.
that happens to him.
You don't know how to mix with people. You don't like people.
I don't.
No. Janet's a good mixer, and she should go.
Janet, don't go.
Yes, she will.
You'll end up an alcoholic. Wee Willie Harris, according to the internet, a gentleman writes to me, tells me that Wee Willie Harris is now 77.
I'm still alive.
Surprise, surprise. He was a good singer. He played the piano. He dyed his hair odd colours and was only 5'2" tall.
Had he a hit on his hand?
He had a hit on his hands, but I'm not quite sure what it was. Maybe perhaps you could take the trouble of Googling yourself and find out what that is. After all, you're the one who brought it up.
Will you hear this?
Okay.
Hey, listen.
I'm listening.
Right. Shh, don't speak.
I won't speak.
Listen. That's Ken's table.
What kind of a table is that?
If we move at all,
He's done that deliberately.
that's Ken's table.
He's bugged it.
Yeah.
He's bugged the table.
We're afraid
That's
to
what it
move.
is.
It's gonna
There's a
collapse
microphone
on us.
underneath, yeah. He can. Do you know what he's doing now?
Can get. Can get.
Do you know what he's doing now? He's sitting in this room. He can hear all the stuff that we don't hear on the air. He can hear all that. That's why he's bugged your table. Because whenever I'm talking, whenever I put off your microphone, he can't hear what's going on there. So in other words, that I know exactly what that is.
Move.
He's listening to every word that you and Janet say whilst you're not on the air. That's what it is. He's making a dossier. He's going to send it away to MI5. Don't do that. I know a big jolly farmer, says Michelle, who does jobs for other farmers. When we meet on the road, he's always driving a different tractor, but he knows my car from a good distance off. And when he gets closer, we flash at each other and lean on the horn for a good 10 seconds, not forgetting the lorry driver's wave. This morning, I saw him holding up traffic as he slowly drove a big heavy piece of farm machinery into the field. I was first in a long queue, so just for the laugh, I pretended to be impatient. I leaned on the horn. I knew it would make him look around and realise it was me, and he'd go, "Oh, you're terrible." He looked around. It wasn't him. Great show yesterday, kid, wasn't he? And one of those serials that we used to go and see. Lash LaRue, Lasso. He had a lash, and they'd had a lasso, Lash LaRue. And we also said the Three Stooges.
Well, why did
the Three Stooges?
Why did the cowboy
it was a lasso.
Say, why did the cowboy say, "I'm going to lasso that steer"?
Steer.
I couldn't think of a word.
You couldn't think of what you were lassoing there.
No, for a cow.
But did the cowboy say that?
The cowboy said, "I'm going to."
Did they say lasso?
I'm going to lasso that son of a.
You son of a bitch.
Whatever.
Did
No,
they
he
say
didn't
that?
say, "I'm going to lasso."
Did they say lasso?
No, you think about it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
You-
I'm just
you-
thinking there. Anyway, never mind. Don't exercise yourself. It's okay. No need to panic. It's just a
David.
thought that occurred to me. Yes? What, David?
David's
Yes?
on one.
What, David?
Yes.
What about David?
He's on one.
Hello, David.
Hi, Gerry.
Sorry, David. I wasn't aware that you were there. How are you?
I'm fine, but my wife's in a bit of a state at the moment.
What seems to be the
Because-
problem?
Well, she's lost her little child. It's an African grey parrot.
Another parrot hits the dirt.
I don't
lost
think
one.
it hit the dirt, Gerry, because when I last saw it, it was flying high. It was almost like an eagle over North Belfast. I didn't even realise it could fly as high in the sky as that.
We lost one last week, but we got it back.
Well, hopefully we'll get this one back. It's got a ring on it, and it's very friendly. It's a young parrot, and it has just started to talk. So, I would say more than likely, rather than hanging out in the trees, it'll probably come down to, where there's people about.
Okay. We've got a good record here when it comes to retrieving African grey parrots, so be confident. So,
Well, I hope so, because my wife had been at me for the last 5 years to get this thing.
this thing,
To be truthful, it's a mini vandal. It's like a 2-year-old child.
I detect
As
there's
far
no,
as,
I sense there's no, I sense there's no great love lost between you and the said thing.
no, well, you see, the funny thing about it, people have told me that parrots, if you have a female parrot, it'll bond with a male person, and if you have a male parrot, it'll bond with a female person.
Is that a fact?
Steve Bugger definitely must be a male, because he would have my finger off in a heartbeat, so he would.
No
And
time-
yet, my wife, he snuggles up behind her when she's watching television at night. So, no, definitely, I think he's a male.
There's no time for you at all then.
Not a bit of it. But
I like
as I
that.
say, he's just like a 2-year-old child, because he's broke more ornaments and chewed the architrave off the doors and that sort of thing.
A rogue
I think,
bird.
if it wasn't for the fact that I was lying sleeping in bed, I think my wife would have accused me of letting him out.
She probably
but,
would, yeah. They're like that, women, yeah.
No, the funny thing about it was when I was looking at one of the magazines and on the parrot, and it said that there's no parrot cage is escape-proof.
That's what you say about coldits.
I sort of, what they say about closing the stable door after the horse is bolted. Well,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I only read that after the wee bugger had flew the coop.
Yeah, you're reading it now, yeah.
Yeah, too late.
Well, tell me, where do you live? Where did the parrot flee from? Where did it flee
We
from?
we live right at the top of the Crumlin Road, up around the Horseshoe Bend.
Yes, okay.
So he has free range, literally all over. He was last seen heading out over Leganade, heading towards Woodville direction.
All right, then. So you think you might...
And unfortunately, I was trying to chase him. You know the way you would do with these hot air balloons.
Yeah, no good.
And I can't fly directly the way he can. So by the time I get round several bends out of sight and far away.
You can't follow a parrot. You can't fire a. Will you say that for me?
You can't follow a parrot
That's right.
for long. What's the parrot's name?
Wait, hold on. Will you stop conducting the interview? What's the parrot's name?
His name's Gumbo. I say he's a great wee talker, but I think I'll probably have to change his name to Houdini whenever I get a hold of him.
All right then. So, top of the Crumlin Road, heading towards what do you want? Heading towards Liganale.
We just feel, Janet and I feel these are important questions to ask. Is there any particular topic of conversation that Gumbo specialises in? You know,
Well,
what would you talk to
I
Gumbo
mean,
about?
no, he's good with, his name and hello, and
It's good with his name.
we have boxer dogs, and my wife would shout at them, get to bed. So now I started shouting at the dogs, get to bed. So,
Gumbo,
he seems to have picked himself up fairly quickly, at the talking like. He's only a wee young parrot. He's only about 8 months old, so he's still a young parrot,
So would you recommend if people see him say, Gumbo, get to bed? Hey, here boy, here. Or do you say here boy? Do you say here boy to parrot?
I'll tell you one thing. If there's any blonde ladies about, tell them to be a wee bit wary, because he tends to fly down and land on my wife's head. I think he uses it like a nest. So if there's any blonde ladies walking about in that district there and they suddenly find they've got this, what do they call these things that they wear in weddings, fascinators? Well, this will be a grey one with a big beak on it. Just be a bit wary of it,
In other words, ladies, be very afraid.
I don't know. Well, I think, if they're ladies, he'll probably chase after them,
Seems like a parrot after my own heart.
But
All right,
I think if your man Boris, the Lord Mayor of London, if he's wondering about it, you need to be a wee bit wary. That blonde head of his.
That type of hair, the part, your Gumbo would go straight for that, would he? All right, then we'll urge people to keep an eye out for it. We've got your number, and if we hear anything, we'll certainly contact you right away.
Gary, even if somebody sights it in the trees or something like that, just don't expect anybody to catch it, as such.
All right.
But if I knew generally what area it's in, I'd say when he took off yesterday, he was flying like a flipping an Olympic pigeon sprinter.
Yes, okay.
And I'm sure he's tired after that long flight, so he's probably roosted most of the night, but he'd be ready for a fresh onslaught. His
initial burst for freedom may have tired him out.
I hope so.
All right, then. Okay, well let's see what happens. Okay.
All right, Jerry. Thanks very much for your help.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Some text messages here. Look, there's a photograph of the 7 Cygnets with their mum and dad at Hillsborough Lake. That's nice, isn't it? Looks like a little... Do you know what that looks like? Remember the army used to patrol round? Do you remember? And the guy at the back used to walk backways. That kind of looks like that, doesn't it? Gerry, could you please play some Sharon for Tommy and the rest of the drivers in the trades part specialists? I have to read these because people get upset if I don't. Terence McFall says, greetings from Claddy. I'm looking to know, he says, if anyone out there would know the whereabouts of some compression plates for well-worn Massey Ferguson 3.5. Thanks very much. I listen to the show every day and find you very attractive. That's from Terence.
From Terence.
That's for you.
No.
Good morning, black-eyed Gerry. I'll be supporting Holland during the World Cup. Come on, the Orange Man. It's bound to happen.
Could you play something nice, please, for Amanda Blair and Michael Robertson, who are getting married tomorrow in Glendermot Parish Church? This is from all the family. Could you play something nice for them, please?
Well, I think
for Amanda and Michael, could you?
Oh, yeah, okay. I think I probably would before the programme is over. I should be able to manage something nice before 12.
Joe in Belfast wants to hear Jack Jones. Whatever happened to Jack Jones?
Nothing. He was in Belfast recently. He's getting older now, and that's why he's in Belfast. The Russian goalkeeper's job is a lemonade man. Guess what his name is? Drop a bottle of pop-off. I think it's time Ken got the sack. See, it was only a matter of time before they're calling for Ken's head. I got an email the other day. Do you remember that one about Ken? We can't read that one. It was cruel and vile, and indeed untrue. But of course, Ken has many qualities. Is he Rosie? Why people are asking, is Rosie Ryan dead? Why do people think that? I don't know. Sean, get Paul Toll on. He's the best skipper on Loch Ness. What does that mean?
Did anyone on the phone and say if Rosie was dead or not?
I have no idea. Please play Patsy Cline singing Crazy. This is why I don't read these. They're all disjointed and make no sense.
Kathleen Curry in Belfast.
Uh-huh.
Would you, say get well soon to Kathleen?
Get well soon to Kathleen, I certainly will. Gerry, don't really care if you're interested, old man. But I've just set up the caravan in Gosford Forest Park. Beer and wine in the fridge, snacks in the cupboard, satellite TV set up, all set for football to start. You see, there's a man going to drop out in Gosport Park for 2 weeks. Often wondered who the wee Willie Harris was that Ian Gerry sang about and Reason to be Cheerful. Could you play that song? I wish I had it today. He does wee Willie Harris. He mentions wee Willie Harris. Now, did you know that? Yes, he does. Often wondered, yes, sir, it's the same again. Could you please play Barry Fleming? I'm waiting for 2 weeks now. Did you watch Jackie's holiday programme last night? I missed that. Did you see it?
No.
You see, we're stopping watching things. Tom Waits, if possible.
Hedges.
I know you were. I'm going to play Tom Waits again today because I tried to play it the other day and failed. You see, whenever you read all these things, the happy trucker is 35 years married tomorrow. Would you please play some Willie Nelson for his wife? She should get a medal. Well, I've already played some. I had to pull over quick to check my tyres. I thought I had a flat, but I realised it was you checking Ken's desk. Do that again. That's the sound, isn't it? That's the sound you get, isn't it? Great show yesterday, kid. When I heard Hit the Road, Jacques, sung in French, I nudged my cat Tommy with a baguette, and I cried, C'est ton temps des fleurs. I often cry that for no particular reason. And then I said to myself, what about the most interesting topic of the day? Talk turned to other matters. What is the most important question facing the world today? Should Christine Bleakley stay with the BBC or move to ITV? Christine Bleakley, said Tommy. It's like a racehorse approaching Beecher's Brook. Wherever she jumps, there could be trouble. Take GMTV first, a very early start. No more nightlife. A man says that if you go on GMTV, you automatically age. That's what happened to Eamon Holmes. Turned his hair white.
We have noticed, and I pointed this out to you yesterday, the day before, but we have noticed more and more that you're referring to Christine as Christine Bleakley.
What's her name?
Well, we say Blakely.
I always said Bleakley.
No, you didn't.
I always did.
No, you said Blakely. But
you don't know what I
said.
said. I always called her Christine Bleakley.
You're trying to sneak in with her.
I don't have to sneak in with her. I started her career. She may have to. See, the worst thing about GMTV, there are two things. One is that it ages you terribly. What do you call that one that was on, the very first one that was on? She aged a long.
Is that what happened to Frank Boff?
Frank Boff, yeah. It ages you. It turned Eamon Holmes' hair white overnight. And the other thing is, you might have to talk to Bobby Davro. If Christine stays with the BBC, what vehicle will the BBC come up to display Christine's skill and personality? Cook with Christine? Holiday with Christine? Walk the pen line way with Christine? The return of Blankety Blank with Christine? I think they're all viable options. Yeah. Remember the one Sky High she did? She was in a helicopter, and the helicopter to drop into people's gardens and talk to people unexpectedly from an idea first thought of by the British Army. This is serious, Tommy. If you were Christine, what would you do? Tommy made a pot of Hungarian goulash and said, I would stay with the BBC but hold out for Newsnight, or permanent host of Have I Got News For You. What about the blame game, I said. No, Christian would only get the blame for that. That's French, of course, in case you didn't realise that. That's a song called Oh What a Night, which there is called Ce Soirée-là by a group called Yannick, Yannnick. Wee Willie Harris apparently was extant in the 60s, apparently still alive, and it says here, this piece of paper that I have in front of me, it says here that Paul McCartney and John Lennon once queued up for his autograph in 1958. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was called The Wild Man of Rock. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what was his song. He had a song, you know the Oliver song.
Yeah.
It was a pudding mixer at Peak Friends London Bakery.
Well, could we Google him?
Did you know that?
Janet's going to Google him.
There's a whole,
yes.
I'm sure you're aware, there's a whole nautical event going on in our city here this weekend. It's loosely connected, or maybe very closely connected, I'm not quite sure, with our city.
What's your name?
Talk to the people. It's called Foil Days, so we urge the people to go down to that. It's all kinds of things going on here in the waterside, the waterfront. All kinds of boats have come to visit us. I think there's one or two tall ships. I'm not quite sure. I haven't been down there. I'll take a wee look down there tomorrow and see what's going on.
That was an Enniskillen listener I was talking to. An elderly lady who phoned up to say that she really enjoyed your programme this morning and to pass it on to you. She really.
What does that mean?
She said that she really enjoyed your programme, and so I couldn't be rude to her.
Do you know the way I suspect people who say things like that? I always figure there's some kind of agenda.
And could you mention the fact that the Limavady Jazz and Blues Festival is on this weekend?
Oh, I meant to mention that, of course. I'm terribly sorry. That's a big event, that Limavady Jazz and Blues Festival on this weekend. Do we know who's on that? Any headliners or anyone?
21s?
Walter will be there. Walter will be there at the wine. But it'll be a great weekend. Anyone out there who's interested, go along to that. And it looks like it might be a nice weekend, even though it's a wee bit, it's a bit cloudy at the moment.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
Do you know any
It's going to be all right, Sean. Everything's going to be fine.
What have you got there, Janet? Rocking at the 21s. What else is there? Love Bug Crawl. These are wee Willie Harris hits. Got a Match.
Rocking at the Two Eyes.
Wild One.
Let's go back to the present day. Let's leave that century.
Oh,
60 years ago. Let's get a bit current.